Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and no, I am not under the weather anymore. Nothing happened. I had a lot of people who messaged me after the video cut off like it did the other day and asked, "Are you okay? Did something happen? The reason you cut that off?" Because normally I never cut my video off like that. Hold on, I'm going to move my camera just a little bit. But I thought I had recorded an ending to it and I hadn't, so instead of trying to go back and redo, I just let it go. But nothing happened. We just had kids over and we just enjoyed the kids and grandkids over the weekend, so that's why I've not done a video. And today I'm late doing one because Melina and I have been working on kits all day long. So this month we have the E-Club kits, the surprise kits, and the AJ kit. So if you have not purchased, now we're not taking any more sign-ups right now for the E-Club kits because we've got all that we can handle as far as getting product in for right now. If this may change between now and next month, I don't know, but you can just keep checking, and when you see that little blue it's a little blue bar down there. When you see that and you click on it, then you'll know that it's opened back up, and I'll also put a note. But we do still have a few of the surprise kits. Those will be going out probably Thursday. I know I had said Wednesday, but we're running just a little bit behind because Amazon has still not delivered all of our little pouches, the pouches that we put all of the E-Club kits in. They're supposed to be delivered tonight by 9 o'clock, so hopefully they'll get here. But we've got a few of the surprise boxes left, so you can get in on that if you want. And as you know, that'll be, products that we have had maybe in our store for a little while and they haven't sold. It could be a product that I've demoed, that I demo and decide to put in there, maybe used one time. It could be some stamps that we are not using, that we've maybe purchased and didn't use. It could just be anything, but it's going to be all good product. It's not going to be any trash. And then the AJ kits, we still have a few of those left, so if you want one of those, you better get in on that because they ship out, I believe, on the 20th of this month. So this is going to be a very full month for us, and that's just one of the reasons why I missed doing a video the day before yesterday. The kids were over, but yesterday I was just blown away. I mean, we got lots of orders, which I thank you guys so much for. I appreciate that. And then we tried to get all of those out, and then we have just everything else going on with the kits and things. We've tried our best to make sure that all the kits are, everything is getting in for the kits and that kind of thing. So it's just been crazy. But anyway, we are back. And I know somebody is going to ask me, this is an old sewing box that my husband bought me when we first got married many moons ago. It will soon be 50 years old. This box right here will be. I absolutely love it. I would not take anything for it. It broke right here, so we're going to have to redo that. I won't show you my face, but I will show. There is my camera set up and my microphone. As you can see, I have people ask about that. But it has a little mirror right here. And then let me put something over that. Okay. Now you can see I keep some of my threads in here, and then I keep my needles in here. This is my mother's thimble that she used to make quilts with, and this is really the only thing that I got from my mother, but I absolutely treasure it. I wouldn't take anything in this world for it, but look at that. She probably used that on her little fingers, and she was a little bitty woman. She probably used that on her little fingers a million times at best to do her quilting, because she did all of her quilting by hand. None of it was done on a sewing machine. All of her pieces she cut by hand, everything. So it was all handmade, but she used that little thimble, and so I keep that in here because that's one of my treasures. So let's go ahead and now this is what I think I'm going to put on the front. And I was telling you guys the other day, and I don't know if it actually got in the video or not, but I've just got some old pieces here that I wanted to include on the front. This is off of an old handkerchief, woman's handkerchief that someone had, which I think it's embroidery on there. And then this is an old tablecloth. It's a piece of an old tablecloth that even has some holes in it from where, you know, it's been washed and used. And then this is just a piece of that trim that I put inside there. This is some butterflies that one of you guys has sent me, and I wanted to include that on the front. That's one of those lace butterflies. This is off of a wedding gown that someone sent me a piece of right there. So I just wanted to include some of those things on there. And then the back, that's just more of that handkerchief that I cut. So I think that will look good right there if we glue that on right there. I think that's going to look good. And we're going to have some trim over here. I started to change this trim out, but then I got to looking, and it goes pretty well with the butterflies because they're, you know, a couple of different colors. So it's going to work. By the time we get through stitching it, it's going to work. Now I'm going to do some slow stitching on this. I may not do it all on camera, but I'm just going to start out. This is a variegated thread, and it's a DMC. And it's a 6-strand if I'm not mistaken. And I'm going to start out by going around this with the blue to just kind of make that pop. Now I don't want but 3 strands, so we're going to separate this. 1, 2. If I can get that third one there. And I separate my thread from the middle. I start in the middle of the strand and I separate it that way. To me, it doesn't twist quite so much and it comes apart much easier. But, you know, there's no right and wrong way to do it as long as you get it separated. That's just the way my mom taught me years and years ago to do it. So that's what I do. And then these little pieces, all in the world this is just some laminated chipboard, I think, that I had, and I just cut some pieces and I put it on that. I just use what I have. I don't really buy a lot of stuff as far as, you know, all of the things that you can buy to put that on. I just use what's in my stash. And if I've got chipboard, then to me that works pretty good. I'm probably going to have to use my threader. If I can even see how to get my threader in there. I told you guys I've got to have cataract surgery, and so they have changed my contacts right now and I'm having trouble adjusting, let's just say that. Oh, and I wanted to tell y'all, you can tell I've had a little bit of caffeine today, can't you? I'm wired. Someone, and I won't name the name, I started to, and then I thought, no, I won't name the name, but someone decided to leave a comment that she was complaining because she said that she didn't particularly like the way I told about my health all the time and let people know about my health, that I should keep all that to myself. Well, I didn't know I should keep it all to myself. If I get on here and sound hoarse, then I'm going to have 50 million questions about, are you sick? What's wrong? And, you know, people concerned. So I didn't realize it was bothering anybody so much, but evidently it bothered her because she told me right quick she didn't want to hear it anymore. I said, well, I guess you might ought to just go watch somebody else if you don't want to hear it, because if I'm sick, I don't mind asking for prayer. Just like if you guys are sick, I want you to let me know and ask for prayer. I'll be happy to pray for you. But, you know, like I said, I was telling, and she said I told it in every video, but I don't think I did. But mainly, I was just letting you guys know so that, you know, when you hear me sounding hoarse or whatever, then you would know that why I've sounded so hoarse. Now, my slow stitching is not the prettiest in the world, especially when I'm in a little bit of a hurry. But that's the beauty of slow stitching. It doesn't have to be beautiful. Just put your stitches in. And all I do is, and I do use this finger to kind of guide my needle. I just go down and up, and I hold my piece in my hand, and I just kind of go down and up and down and up. And I like to get a few on there. Look at that. Come unthreaded. Okay, we're back in business now. I had to rethread it. Sorry about that. I just like to get a few stitches in there before I pull it through. You can do one stitch at a time if you want to. It doesn't matter. And then I'll just go down and up, down and up. And if you want, you can try to keep your stitches the same if you want to, if that matters to you. My mother could keep all of hers just perfect. I don't have that skill. And it's been many years since I've done any slow stitching, so you can tell that I'm a little out of practice. But you will get better at slow stitching with practice. I mean, it just takes practice. Okay, we're going to go right there, and then we're going to turn our little corner. And I'm going to take this butterfly off just because I want to make sure that this lays down flat as possible. Now, if you don't feel like holding your piece in your hand is something that you can do, then you can lay it down on your table and stitch like that. I am not too good at doing that. I do better if I hold it in my hand. But on pieces like this, you have to really hold it tight or you're going to get it crooked. And mine still may be a little crooked, and if it is, it's still okay. It's slow stitch. That's what slow stitch is all about. It is not about how pretty and perfect your stitches are. It's just about getting some stitches in there. I think Rachel calls, like that one right there that I made is kind of big, she calls those dog's teeth stitches. And my mother used to call them that too. When I would be sewing with her and I'd do a real big stitch, she'd say, that looks like a dog's tooth. You're going to have to take that one out. Because, you know, her stitches were real tiny and just perfect. They looked just like a sewing machine. But she had done it for a million years. Well, not a million. She had done it for a long time. Now, when you get to the corner, you can just pull that through. And you wouldn't believe that I was a seamstress for many, many years. But I was. But like I said, it's been a long time since I've done any hand stitching. Okay. I'm just going to go down and up a few times. But it gets better the more you do that. I know I've had people say, there's no way I can stitch. Well, you can. You just have to practice. And if you don't want to do your stitching like this, you could just put this in your sewing machine and sew it that way. This is fine with me. I like a little hand stitching on it every now and then. And since I hadn't done any in a long time, I think it's about time. Okay, let's see, maybe one more right there. Then I like to go back and just pull on all that and get all those little puckers out before I go back under. I'm just going to go back to the back side, and then I just run it through that back just a little bit, and I'm going to tie it off. So just run it through one time and then just tie that off. Okay. Now that is stitched around. You've got some blue thread going on there. Now the other part, I will probably do some white around this and just kind of whip stitch it, because I don't want any blue on this lace. I may do blue on that, I'm not sure, but let's see, will I do blue on that or just whip it? I'm not sure. I don't know what I want to do on that right now. But let's go ahead, and I think I'll go ahead and take that off for now, and let me get some white thread. Now for this, we're just going to use some regular thread. It doesn't have to be crochet thread because it's not going to show on the front. So this is just some plain cotton thread. No, it's not. This is polyester. Sorry about that. Polyester. Okay, may need to. Let's see if it's going to go through. Let's grab this thing again. This needle has a very tiny eye in it. But I like to use it because I like how it sews. But the eye is very small. Or maybe my eyes are just very bad. That could be. Okay. Those little needle threaders are worth their weight in gold when you can't see. Alright, now I will show you. I'll start out showing you how to whip stitch. But then I'm probably just going to do the rest of it off camera. Because I'm not quite ready to put it on my journal right now anyway. Okay, to whip stitch, and I'm just going to whip stitch on the edges. What you're going to do, let me get past this little piece right here. Let me do a couple more just to get where you can see. Alright, I'm going to the back and then coming up and catching that lace in the front, and then it's just kind of making a little lap over. See, I'm going to the back, coming to the front, and you can't even see these stitches with that lace being an off-white and this thread being an off-white. Whoops. So all we're doing is just whipping it under and over, or under and up. And it just tacks it down is all it does. Because we're going to have glue and everything else on this. Now, I did tuck a little piece of that blue lace right there. I'm just going to whip it so it'll catch and stay on there. This is just a stitch that you do when you're not wanting your stitches to show, but you're wanting something held down on your piece. This is the kind of stitching that you do. Now, on this edge, I really don't want to whip stitch these because I want those little rough edges to show there. So all I'm doing is just going in and then back up and just doing some stitches. Just doing some real small ones and just tacking it down. That's all you have to do. So I will probably just continue on and tack this down around through here. I'll just tack it a few times, and then I'll tack all of this, and I'll tack this one down too, and then I may just come back with some blue and stitch that on because I just don't want that to move, and I don't think I want to do it with this cream colored thread. See, you cannot even see the stitches, but it's held on really well. And some of this lace, especially this that's off of a wedding dress, it is hard to stitch through because it's got that cording in it. So it's a little bit harder. Okay, I think that is enough on camera. If you guys want me to show anything else about stitching, I'm not the best, but you know, I can just do what my mom taught me. Of course, I don't do it as good as she did, but I can just do what she taught me to do. But I can do some different stitches and things like that. But if you want to see any more of the stitching on here, just let me know and we will do more of that on camera if you guys want to see it. Okay, so I'm going to lay that aside. We'll come back and put our little butterfly on there. I'll stitch it down the same way, just a little whip stitch around the edges, and then I'll probably put a couple of little stitches in here just to hold it down. But now you could glue. If you don't want to stitch, then just feel free to glue. You do not have to stitch. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit on this. I am going to put, I think this is going to be wide enough. Let me look at it and see. I'm thinking I want to put this on the spine. It doesn't need it, but I think it will look good there. Just a little piece down through there, like that. So I'm going to cut that off right there. And get our Fabri-Tac. I'm going to take, I've just put some pieces in here that I wanted to probably use, but I'm going to take those out, and I'm just going to kind of prop this up like that. I don't know, I just think lace looks good on the edges like this. I'm just going to run quite a bit of Fabri-Tac on there. Excuse me. Okay, then I want this scallop side to the front. Okay, goes on like that. Just make sure that I get it as straight as possible. It doesn't have to be perfect. Let me find my tool here. Oops. Pulled that one too much, didn't I? Okay. Now we're going to put a little bit more glue in here. Just enough to hold that lace down. Oh yeah, I think that looks pretty. Okay, let's make sure I don't pull that one. Yes, I like that. It's just a little hint. It's not a lot. It's just a little hint. And it covers up, you know, our stitches, which we didn't have to cover them up, but it just covers those up and adds a little bit extra to the journal. Okay, make sure it's pretty even. Looks like it is, doesn't it? Okay, now I'm going to trim this end off right here, and then I'll press it down. Okay, there we go. So now our lace is on there. I like that. And then when we put that piece on there, I think that's really going to look good. Like that. Yeah, I like that. You're not going to cover up the butterflies. You're just going to add a little bit more too. Okay, now for the addition in here. Now I'm going to hold this up because I had someone who said they were so disappointed because I read part of this little poem and I didn't read all of it, and that I covered it up before they got to read it. So here is the poem, if you want to do a screenshot of that. And this is a Kathy Holden fabric. This one is. This is just some I had in my stash. I don't know where it come from. All right, and then for this little pocket right here, I decided to put this piece in there. This is a little booklet that I made in one of our videos, and then it's got a little tag back here and a tag over here, so I decided that that would go good in there, right there. Then, let's see, I'm thinking about putting some lace on some of these edges, and I thought this one might go good there, like that. I don't know, I just liked that one with this page for some reason. So I think we might do that. We'll go ahead and put that lace on there. And this was a piece of, eyelet trim that was actually gathered, and I took the seam binding off the top of it so that I could take the gathering out of it because I didn't want it gathered. So that's why it might look a little rugged right now. It'll be fine once it sits in the book for a while. The journal. Isn't that pretty? I think that's pretty on there. Okay. We'll cut this little piece off, and that'd be a good little tag topper right there. Whoops. I need to cut a little bit straighter. There we go. Okay, so that laces on there. This side right here, I don't know if I want to put anything on there or not, because we've got all these pockets over here. I may leave this for journaling. It's one of our coffee-dyed papers. So then here, this is the page that we made, and it's got all kinds of little pockets in it. And then I just used this and made a little journal, just a little booklet to go inside that, because I didn't want to put anything to cover up our butterfly. So I think that may be all that we do there. Got two little tags here. And then on this side, see, you've got lots of tags, and there's that little crystal looking butterfly. And then there. That, I don't think I'll do anything on. I'm not sure. Will I do anything there? I really don't think so. I might put one of those up at the top of that and have it as a tuck. That might be cute. Let's try that. I'm just going to use my Fabri-Tac on this. So I've got it right here beside me. You could use art glitter glue or double-sided adhesive. Doesn't matter. I'm just going to use that for right now. Just make sure that we wipe that well so that it doesn't stick my pages together. Alright, so when that dries, that'll be a little tuck, so we can tuck something in there. This is an old doily paper doily that I dyed. And then here is a pocket, and then we put another one of my little journal booklets in there. Put that there. That page I don't think we'll do anything on. I don't think. You know, we've got all of these, but I don't want to. I've already got some of these, I think, back here. Or maybe I have one. Let's see. Do I have one? No. No, maybe I don't have one. Okay, well, we might put that on there then. I have not done anything with these tags, so I'm not sure if I will at this point. Well, it's going to be this one. I may just leave the tags and put in some extra paper and things for whoever who purchases it. Then they can decorate the tags up like they want. That may be what I do. A lot of times I'll do that if I'm not real sure what I need to do with the tags. I'll just put extra in, and then somebody else can decorate it up if they want to. Okay, we're going to go ahead and glue this down. And I'm going to glue it all the way down because it's already got a ton of pockets in it. I don't think it needs any more. But you could leave the back open if you wanted to. But you could leave the back, you know, open and just glue it on 3 sides and then have more pockets if you wanted to do that. But I'm just going to glue this one down because we've already got so many pockets there. You don't want to get a ton of pockets in one place. Okay. So I'm just going to make sure that I get it up to the edge. And these we made in a video. You can just go back a few days and you'll see where we made these little side pockets. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll put in some extra, you know, maybe trims and things that you can use to decorate these up, and then some extra paper, and then the person that gets it can decorate those up like they want. Okay. So then I'm not going to put anything here. I'll leave that for journaling because we've got another one here. Oops. I put one here and we got one here. I knew there was another one somewhere. Well, that one looks completely different, so we're not going to worry about it. It's okay. Now, this is a tag that we made, and it's one of those zigzag tags, and I'm thinking I might put it right there. And I think I'll just glue on 3 sides on this and leave this side as a tuck if you wanted to use it that way. So I'm thinking he'll go right there. Just gonna put him somewhat in the center. He doesn't have to be in the center. You could actually even put him on up and let that top pop out at the top if you wanted. Let that little topper pop out at the top if you wanted to. Alright, and then we've got some little, you know, you can tuck some little things in the side here. Let's see. Let's try this guy. Look, that's cute. I like that. Okay. So there is that. Those pages I think I'll leave. And that. I don't want to put too much in here because I don't want it to be just blowing up. Now, this, I meant to put this in my signature and I didn't. I completely forgot about it. But I want to put it in here. And I thought about putting it right here since these pages are kind of plain. It's a little bit long, so I will have to trim it off. But I think I can still put it in here and just glue it down. Just glue it right there in the middle. So we're gonna test it out and see. So I'm gonna trim right there. And then I'm gonna trim right there maybe. Let's see if that works. We shall try. And then I'll just glue the end of this back together. I think it's going to work. We shall see. Alright, if I glue that right there and put that down, and then, okay, I think it's going to work. Let's just do it. Alright, I'm going to glue this little end back together. Then we'll glue this little end back together. Alright, I'm going to decide what level I want it. I think I want it right there. And then I'm going to put some glue. Whoops. Keep knocking everything over. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to put some glue right here. A good amount. And then I'm going to stick that down. And I'm hoping this is going to work. I believe it will. Okay, and then I'm just going to stick some glue down here and stick this other down across there. Whoops. Now, I'm not going to put glue down there. Okay, I'm only going to put glue right here on the end because this is supposed to be like a belly band. Okay. Then we'll put some glue right here on the end. And we'll glue that down. Okay, let's see what happens. See when I try to close it. Oh, it closes fine. Okay. I was worried about it closing, but it seems like, let's see. Well, this side's not closing fine. I may have to go ahead and cut it. Let's just go ahead and cut it in the middle. That bulk is just not going to let that other page fold over well. So we'll just cut it. And then I'm just going to trim this little stitching part off. Just so that it won't be right in the signature there, right in the middle. Okay, let's do this one. Get it a little straighter. Okay. Alright, where is my ink? Ink fixes everything. Okay. And then we'll put a little bit of glue right there. Glue that down. I'm going to trim this off a little bit more. I'm still not happy that that's short enough to keep it from hindering that fold. Let's do that. Okay. Now let's put that down and see what happens. Okay, and I need to go ahead and put a little glue in there. Okay, so let's press that down. So, if you did like me and forgot to put this in your signature, then you can go ahead and glue it down like this. It will still work. And I will come back when that glue dries and get that little bit of goop off right there. I'm not going to try to do it now because it'll just tear my page up, but I can do it when it dries. Okay. That one will be a little shorter and that will be okay. Alright. Put a little bit more there. Now let's see what happens. Oh yes. That falls much, much better. Okay. So that is going to do it for that. Now I'll probably just put some of these little tickets up here just for the person who gets this, and then they can do with it whatever they want. And like I said, when that right there dries, I'll come back with my little glue eraser and I will get that glue up. Okay. That one I don't think we're going to do anything on. This one, I don't think so. This, I thought we would put that up here and just have a little tuck. I'm just going to glue it there and have a little tuck with it. This was one of Melina's challenges. We made this one. And this one is all except the back is made from just trims, laces and trims that we had left over. Okay, now let's see, I want another piece of lace somewhere along, maybe here. Let's put another piece of lace there. Which one do we want? I think I want this one. Yeah, because I don't want to cover up those flowers and things on there. I had another comment from somebody, and I don't know who it was. Doesn't matter. But they said, I don't know why you put pretty paper down or something down, and then you end up covering part of it up. Well, I don't always plan on doing that, but sometimes something, you just look at it, and it just feels like it needs something different. And so you add something else to it. I mean, that's the way you craft, or that's the way I craft. Might not be everybody's, but it's the way I craft. So if I feel like that it needs something else, then I put something else on it. That's just me. Whoops. And it would help if I didn't pull that loose. Okay, so we've got that on there. That's pretty lace right there. It actually even takes on a little bit of that blue in the background. Okay, now let's go back over here. We did that. With that, I think I want, let's see, where do I want another piece of trim? Maybe right here? No, I don't want to cover that up. Maybe right here we'll put another piece of trim. And I am thinking one of these. This is really pretty, and it's old. It's very, very old. Put that piece right there. And I don't know about you, but I like things sticking out the top of my book or my journal. I like little tags and toppers and things sticking out the top. Just think it makes it more interesting. So I may do something like that too. And I am going to trim that off just a little on either end. There we go. Okay, so we got a little piece of trim there. That's fine. We got that there, and I don't know if that's ready to take on something. I need to cover the back of that tag. before I tuck it in anything. The little bird. Put that tag there. And then I had this belly band that I thought might look good right there. And it needs trimmed off just a little bit at the top. So let me find my trimmer in all of this. And I am not going to measure to make sure I get mine in the center. Figure it'll be close enough. That works right there. And then what would we want tucked in? I need to cover that tag, but that would be pretty tucked in there. I need to put a backing on it to make it a little bit stronger. So we will, I'm just going to leave that hanging out like that so I'll remember to put the backing on there. This is the center. So I'm thinking it's pretty good, really. Don't think need much on here. Let's see, I did have a word, I think, somewhere. Yeah, I think we'll put this on there. It just says happiness is where you find it. I think happiness is when you make it. You make happy. I mean, you can choose it every day to be happy or to be sad. Sometimes it's a little harder to choose to be happy when you have bad days, but we can do it. Alright, so that's that. And then I had another belly band, but I don't think I'm going to put it on there. I just don't think that it needs it. I don't want to just fill the thing up with belly bands, you know. So, and that's too big. I'm just looking at some of the things that we've got right here. This is a little pocket that we made, and it's got, grab some of these and I'll show you. It's got a little pocket right here. I thought that would be cute to put in here. Just some little pieces in there. Both of those are plain, so we don't want a plane on both of them. Let's see. There's a plane and a train. Let's do that. So we could put that right there. And just leave the top open to have a little tuck. Or to put a little tag in. Yeah, like that. And then we could tuck that little tag in there. I'm not going to push on it real hard because this is not completely dry yet. We could put that on the top of that. Like that. I'll come back and add a topper to that one that dries better. Now this, I thought, I know that I'm adding a lot of these, but I just think they're pretty. And they go so well with this journal. I thought we could add that one there. And just have some things tucked under it. And you could always clip these in if you didn't want to glue them on. You could just clip it at the top. But you know, you could just have all kinds of little things tucked up under there. Little tags and things. And I don't have a lot of tags right now, but just some little tags and things. And I'll make some things and tuck up under there. And then there is that one. I think it's going to be okay. This one, let's see. I wanted to put something on this one, and I don't know what. I don't know. I love this, though. I don't want to put another one of those. We've got so many in here already, but I just love it. I think it's cute. It goes well with this page. Would it matter that we add another one? Let's just do it. You know, I think they're pretty. They're pockets, so we've got them made already, so let's do it. We're going to tuck some other things in with our, you know, all of the journals and everything that I sell, I always include a packet of ephemera, extra ephemera. So there will be a packet of extra ephemera with this one as well. And that way you can, you know, if you decide to put something else in or even use the extras in another journal, you can do that. But I will put, like I said, things that you can decorate your little tags up with. But isn't that cute there? Look at that with that page. I like it. Okay, so we got that. And then, let's see. That might need trimmed off just a little bit. I'll tell you, I'm going to leave it until it dries and then I'll trim it. If I try to trim now, I might make a mess out of it. So we'll leave it until it dries. Okay, we got those pages. I don't think I want to do anything there or there. Don't know about here. There might be. Let's see if I have anything else that we can put here. You know, we have this little booklet that we could slide in there. And we could put a little pocket along the bottom here and slide that little booklet in, and it's got that little dragonfly on there. And I think that came from, I want to say Triple V Vintage, but don't quote me on that because I'm not sure. I got a few of these things and I can't remember where everything comes from. They're so pretty. All right, what are we going to put? Let's find a little pocket. Okay, I'm not sure any of these pockets are going to work. They may not be big enough. Let's see. That'd be really tight. That one is basically the same size. That one's the same size. This one's bigger, but it's too big. So let's look again. That one's too big. Let's see if that one will work. It may be too big too. Yep, it's a little bit too big. Well, we shall come back to that, and I'll put a pocket in there. I'll put a pocket on there, I mean. Okay, we've got this zigzag pocket. We've got one of those in the front, so we're going to put one of these back here. And I'm just going to glue it, let's see, here, here, and here, and then we'll put some little tags in there. And it can be a little side tuck as well. Okay, I can put that in there, I think. Yeah, we'll just leave the butterfly sticking out, and then I'll make some little tags, which I've got some made, but I just need to back them and put the little tags in here. This one is already finished. I could put that in there and just put some, I'll put some I don't know, toppers on them, or some of that some of the material that's on the outside on these. So we'll do that. So let me leave that there. This, we've got a little pocket here that we could tuck a tag in. And then you've got a pocket here that I have 2 tags tucked in. Very unusual looking. And then I put a pocket here, and there's a little tag in there. And let's see, we may even add another one to that, like a smaller one, like that. And I need to back that. And then that will be okay. This will be okay, I think. I'd like to put something on here, but I don't know if I have anything else. Well, we'll see. I'll go past that right now. And then I have this that has the different tucks in it, and I have little pieces of ephemera in there. And then this side, I've got another little book in here. Got some pages in it. It just tucks down in there, and then little tags here. And then there's those. And then in the back, I have a little postcard that opens up, the journaling spot on the inside. And then this little notebook that we made just out of some scraps. And it's stitched at the top. This is some of the stitching, let's see, as well. So we'll tuck that in there. And then I've got some little tags and things that I'm going to put in here. Like this is a little pocket too, so I'm going to tuck some little tags in there for you. So that is going to be our journal when we get everything else put in. So it's going to be nice and chunky, but that's good. We like chunky. And then this is going to be on the front, and we will add that on when we finish stitching everything. We'll add that on there. I think that's pretty. I don't want to cover up all my butterflies, and I'm not, but it's going to be a cute piece on there, I think. Alright guys, that is it for this video. I just wanted to show you some of the things that I was doing, and mainly I wanted to come on to just tell you guys that yes, I am okay. I've had lots of questions sent to me asking, are you okay? This has been the longest we haven't seen you in a while. Yes, I am okay. We've just been really busy getting all the kits out and getting everything processed. So, you know, I work right along with everybody else, so I don't just sit and do videos all day long. So I do my regular jobs, and then I do videos when I can. So alright guys, that is it. We'll talk to you later. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Bye bye.